you're playing my
Oh,
game?
yeah, it's about movies and stuff.
Oh, that's great. It's really nice. I like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
How nice, people. That's really good. Okie dokie. So let's share this. We are almost over, guys. We have just a few more days to go. So let me share our Google page here. Can you see that?
I'm
Yes.
running out of time with the online practice, but I'm about to finish already.
Okay. All right. There is Amandinha. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Hi, Amanda. Good evening. Good to see you.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, welcome, Amanda. So let me share this page with you here so you can see the contents. And first, let me ask you about your homework. Have you been doing, guys? Remember, you should try to do your online practice because we are finishing the book, right? And it's really important to do all the online practice, at least 85% of it, right? So it's your responsibility to do the online practice, okay? So don't leave it for the last minute. Try to do it little by little, okay? Last week, I asked you to do online practice unit 12.1. So, do you have any questions about your homework? Is everything okay? Excuse me.
No, it was okay.
Yes. What about the others? Is everything okay for you guys? Is everything okay? Yes? All right. If you have any questions, please let me know, okay? All right. So let's go back and check out what we are supposed to do this week, okay? We are moving on with our Unit 12, okay? Like I said before, we have only a few more days to go. So this week and the next one, and then we are done with this unit. So we will do today, guys, Unit 12.2, and on Wednesday, 12.3. So today, pages 139 and 140 will be talking about feelings and contrast linking words. This will help us a lot, especially in writing. There are some files here that I posted to help you, right? So when you have a chance, please take a look. This will help you not only in your test, but also for life, okay? And then without further ado, let's go over to the book and take a look there. If you have your books, open your books to page 139. Okay, let's go there. Okay, can you see that, people? All right, good. So the first question that we have here, guys, is do you always say how you feel when you are going through some kind of situation that is a little bit different from usual? Do you say how you feel, or do you keep your feelings to yourself?
I always say how I feel.
You always say how you feel.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's nice. That's really good. So now here we have like a small quiz, okay, with only 3 questions. And I'd like you to take this quiz and try to answer the best way possible. And then we will check it out later and discuss. Okay, so only 3 questions. Okay, guys. The first one here goes, you are upset with your roommate. Suppose you have a roommate, okay? So how do you tackle the situation? Do you tell them right away and explain why Do you decide to say nothing, or do you just wait and plan to tell them later?
Just wait and plan to tell them later.
Hmm.
I tell them
Okay.
right away.
All right. Very good. So each person will have a different approach. Okay. It all depends on how we like to deal with the situations that arise, and also our personality. Okay. So go ahead, guys, and try to answer the second and the third questions, and then we discuss. For that, I'll give you 1 minute. It's very simple. Okay, and then we can discuss briefly after that. Okay, so let me just focus here. All right, there you go. Okay. All right. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Let's check. What about the second and the third questions? How would you go about it? Two friends come to visit, but you're working. So what do you do?
Let them in and make them feel welcome.
Okay, good. All right. Mm-hmm. And what about the third one?
Um,
If you don't understand what your homework assignment
I
is,
tell
what do
the
you do?
teacher that
tell the teacher.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, good. Does anybody else have a different response? No? Okay. So we all face these situations every now and then, right? The first one, not so much, only if we live with a roommate or, but apart from that, um, we always face situations like when we are busy and someone drops by or tries to talk to us and we have something important to do. And the third one, when you don't understand something and you are in a class. So this is all about how we feel. This is about how we take things, right? So let's take a look here. Write each adjective of emotion in the correct column. Here we have some emotions, some feelings. Example, satisfied, guilty, curious, impatient, relaxed, anxious, and welcome. So, which ones are positive and which ones are negative?
I finished it already, Simone, to be honest.
Sorry?
I have finished it already.
Okay, great.
Me
No
too.
problem. It's very simple. So, the first one, positive, what do you have?
It's
Satisfied,
pride. It's positive.
Hmm. What else?
Relaxed.
relaxed,
Relaxed. Welcome.
welcome,
Just.
curious.
And
Curious is not
curious.
so positive. Depend.
Uh-huh. And which one is negative?
Guilt,
Anxious, guilt,
anxious,
impatient,
impatient.
and sometimes curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think curious can be both positive and negative.
All
I
right.
said it.
Yeah, yes, she said it. Yes, I said it. All right. Just one thing here, guys. We'll see that. How to pronounce the word relaxed. We need to put a sound of T, the end of the word, okay? So we should say relaxed, relaxed, okay? We should
Okay.
pronounce this final ED sound with the sound of T. ED, the final two letters with the sound of T, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, let's go here. Let's move on to the next one. Look at the pictures below and discuss how the people feel. How many emotions from exercise number 2 can you identify?
I
So take
think first picture is satisfied because
satisfied,
yes.
and
Second,
curious.
maybe curious or impatient. And
Hmm.
30, it's 30.
No, third,
Third, relaxed.
I
relaxed.
think first picture he is curious.
Uh-huh,
Second, impatient.
uh-huh.
And third, satisfied. Yeah.
Satisfied. Okay, very good. Yes, we don't feel only one thing. It's always a combination of emotions, right? So it's right to say that it's more than one. So here in the first one, in the first one can be curious and satisfied, right? Here can be impatient and anxious, right? And the last one can be satisfied and relaxed. Okay, so let's see here. For each adjective in exercise number 2, think of an example when you feel that way. So let's say, for example, I feel guilty when I don't go to the gym.
Uh, I feel impatient when I make an appointment with someone and she or he arrive late.
Arrives late. So when you set an appointment, when you schedule an appointment and the person arrives late, okay?
I feel relaxed when I finish all my tasks.
Okay, good. So try to say that again, please, Mateus. Relaxed.
Relaxed.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else, people? I feel really satisfied when I listen to good music. I really feel good. Okay. So let's take a look at the pronunciation box. This is very important, guys. It makes all the difference. Look, adjectives ending in ed. Not only verbs, guys, but also adjectives. Sometimes in English, we have these words that end in ed. And um, students from Latin American countries, they tend to pronounce this final words, these final letters here um, in the wrong way, right? So let's see how we can do this better, okay? Uh, we never, first of all, okay, guys, rule of thumb, we never pronounce a vowel, E, and the letter D like they are spelled like this. Ed. We never say that. Okay? We never say relaxed. Never. Okay? Concerned, interested. Never. We never say like that. I know that this is how we spell, this is how we write, but this is not how we pronounce. Okay? So here we have three different sounds that we produce when we say words in English that end in ed. And that works for adjectives and also verbs. Okay, guys? We have the sound of t, okay? The sound of d, 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 and the sound of it, it. Okay? Now, there are three ways ed can be pronounced at the end of a word. Example, relaxed, relaxed. After unvoiced sounds like P, K, F, G, H, S, A, C, H, double S, C, or X. So words that end in these letters, they are usually unvoiced. So when we add ed, we make the sound of T, okay? So just like relaxed, relaxed, fixed, 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 okay? Now, after voiced sounds like L, N, R, G, V, S, Z, B, or M, we make a sound of D only. Only a sound of D. We don't pronounce the vowel. So we say concerned, concerned, concerned. Okay? Leveled, leveled. Okay? So it's always and only the sound of D. D. And finally, the sound of id. We use that after and the sound in words. Usually, guys, words that have the letters D or T before we put ed. Okay? So, for example, interested, interested. It's not interested. No, it's interested. Okay? Id. That's the sound. Interested. Interested. All right? And the same thing happens when I'm pronouncing verbs that have the same ending. All right? So here I have a picture I'd like to show you. Let me try to open it up for you here. Okay. Let me try to share this with you. Let me try to. Oh. Let me try to share this picture. I don't know if it's possible. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, guys, can you see this? Yes.
Yes.
Good. So this is the pronunciation of ed in English. Here we have more examples. I posted this file for you on Google Classroom. Okay, guys. So here we have the voiced sounds. So there you have Voiced sounds, they use vocal cords and they produce a vibration or humming sound in the throat. So to feel that, you can touch your throat so you can feel that. For example, want. When you say want, you see this vibe, you can feel this vibration. Want, wanted, wanted, needed, needed. When you put your hand here, you feel this vibration, okay? Now, voiceless, there is no vibration. You say helped, 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 helped. There is no vibration. You put your hand here and you don't feel any vibration. Helped, helped. Then when you have to put ed, you have to put the sound, you have to produce the sound of T because it's voiceless, okay? So helped, looked, looked, sniffed, sniffed, left, left, washed, washed, watched, watched, kissed, kissed, danced, danced, fixed, fixed. You see? Now here, voiced again. There is a vibration and you have these final letters in the words. So you just produce the sound of d, d. So cold, cold. When you speak, you feel the vibration. Cold, cleaned, cleaned, offered, offered, damaged, damaged, loved, loved, used, used, amazed, amazed, rubbed, rubbed, claimed, claimed. You see, you skip from the consonant sound straight to the d sound. You never pronounce the vowel. Okay, guys? So, words that end in a vowel sound use the pronunciation for ed. Example, play. Play ends in a vowel sound, A. So for these, when I put the final ed, I simply pronounce the sound of d only. So played, 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 freed, freed, tried, tried, okay? Followed, followed, continued, continued, okay? Never include an extra sound of this little vowel E here, okay? We never pronounce it. So the pronunciation of words ending in ed depends on the final consonant sound. There are three ways to pronounce ed. They can be id, or d. Okay, guys? So these works for past tense of regular verbs, past participles, and also adjectives. All right, people. So let me go to the book again. Let me go there. Just a second. All right, people, let me close this. Is it okay for you guys now? Now let's check out number 5 here. Okay, put each adjective in the correct column. Let's go there. We have there amused, embarrassed. We have double S, right? So you know where to put each one. Okay. Let's do this, guys. Let's try to do it. Can you see that first of all? Let me see if it's
Yes.
yes. Okay. So try to do it the best way possible. See if you can separate them into the sounds that we need to make when we pronounce the final ed here. Okay. Okay, people, let's correct. This is very simple. Which ones, guys, do you think falls into this category? The first one.
Impressed,
Mhm.
stressed, pleased.
All right. This is so big. Oh, wow. Yes. Actually, embarrassed, impressed, and stressed. Okay, because they finish or they end with double S. Okay, so that's why we pronounce with a T sound. So embarrassed, impressed, stressed. Okay, now let's see the ones in the middle here. Amused, pleased, scared. You see that we pronounce a very subtle D sound in the end. Amused, pleased, scared. All right? If you try to say that, you will feel that we just pronounce a very, very subtle, delicate D sound. Amused, pleased, scared. And finally, the ed sound, delighted, excited, disappointed, okay? Because they have the T here. Before the ed, they have the T. So delighted, disappointed, excited, okay? There you go. Okie dokie, people.
Yes.
All right. So it's really interesting to apply this pronunciation in our speaking because it makes a big difference. They understand us better and we sound more fluent. We sound better too. So listen.
Embarrassed, impressed, stressed, amused, scared, pleased, id, delighted, disappointed, excited.
Okay, people. All right, there you go. So let's move on to 140. Let's see there. Here we have um, more adjectives, more feelings, and we should identify the correct pronunciation for each word. Okay, so let's go there. In case we need, we can use a dictionary. That's not really necessary. Let's see the first one here. How would we pronounce the first one? Without the ed, we would say amaze. Amaze. So amazed. A very subtle D, right? A D sound. The next one, how would we pronounce?
Bored.
Bored. Just bored. Bored. And here,
Concert.
concerned. Concerned. Just a final D sound. Now the next one here.
Confused.
Confused. Mhm. Confused. D sound. This one now.
Delighted.
Delighted. Eat. Delighted. And this one.
Determined.
Determined.
Determination.
Determined.
Determined.
Yes, determined. It's
Determined.
mend, mend, mend. You ignore, okay? Totally ignore this final E here. So you say determined. Determined.
Determined.
Good. The next one here.
Frightened. I don't know.
Frightened.
Sorry?
Frightened.
Tá dando eco.
Okay. Frightened. 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 Here, you don't pronounce the final E. Remember, you go frightened, frightened. Okay? All right, could you get it?
Yes, yes.
So, frightened.
Frightened.
Yes, frightened. Interested.
Interested.
Interested. Now, the last one here.
Relaxed.
Relaxed.
Relaxed. Relaxed. This one.
Shocked.
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 Shocked. Now,
Surprised.
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 Surprised. Just a subtle D sound. Surprised. And the next one.
Hurried.
Worried.
Worried.
Worried. Worried. Just a final D sound. All right, people. So now let's read the blog post here. Is there a phrase in your language that means the same as le spirit d'escalier?
No, don't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense, right?
In Portuguese from Brazil, I don't know. In Portuguese from Portugal.
Yeah. It's really strange, isn't it? So let's take a look at the blog, read this blog, and try to find the meaning of this word, okay? Or this phrase. Let's take a look. The blog is Word Zone by Joshua Berkeley. And you have an illustration here to help us understand the story. So let's see what he talks about, people. Instead of reading out loud, I'd like to ask you to read in silence because then you understand better. So I'll give you um, 2 minutes to read the text and see if you can get the meaningful context. Okay? See if you understand the meaning of this expression here, either in French or in English. Okay? What does he mean by that? Spirit of the stairs? So then we talk about it. So let me just set up the alarm here. Okay, let's start. All right. Have you read it?
Yes.
All right, people. So, what do you understand by the spirit of the stairs and the situation that he describes?
Sorry, Simon, what?
Okay, what do you understand by the spirit of the stairs or the situation that he describes? What does he mean by that?
He describes that it's a feeling of when someone says something and you want to have a quick and clear response, but I can't think of one. So yeah.
When someone are leaving or walking away down the stairs. Actually,
Uh-huh.
I understand nothing.
Really? Okay. So
Don't,
imagine
it's
you don't
just
understand.
because for me it doesn't make sense, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So
It's like
imagine you are talking to someone, okay, inside the house, and the person tells you something and you want to give a quick reply. You want to say something back, you know, but nothing comes to your mind. You can't remember anything. You can't come up with a good reply, and then you just go away. And you keep thinking, oh, I could have said that. Why didn't I say this or that? And the moment you start walking away, all the things that you could have said, they come to your mind. But then it's too late because now you're gone. You're leaving. Okay? You wanted to say those things when you were there talking to the person, but now it's too late. The moment of the conversation or the discussion or even the argument is over. It was there. Now you're just leaving, and then you keep thinking to yourself, oh, terrible. Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I remember this? So, this feeling that comes to you when you are leaving and you can't go back and talk to the person again, this feeling is what they call the spirit of the stairs. Why? Because when you're leaving the house, you're going down the stairs. It's when you remember something to say, some words, some clever thing to say, but then it's too late because the door is already shut. You left the house already. So you can't go back. I mean, it's not a good thing to knock on the door again and say, hey, I have something to say, excuse me. Because usually when you remember things to say, especially in the middle of an argument or discussion, you you have clever feelings at the moment or clever thoughts. It shows that you are witty, that you are smart, and then the thoughts they just come quickly, but it never happens like that. Sometimes, I wouldn't say never, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes nothing comes up and you don't remember what to say. It just, oh, okay, if you say so, it's all right. And then you leave. But then after you're gone, then your ideas they get organized, and then you remember things that maybe you could have said, but then you didn't. All right, that's the idea. Okay, guys, so this is what they say. Oh, the spirit of the stairs, or l'esprit d'escalier, because it comes later. It's something that comes on hitach. It comes later because it's not something that helps you the moment you need. It comes later when you have left. Okay? Do you get it? Okay, people.
Yes, yes.
All right. So that's the idea. So here, they are talking about some. Here they talk about some phrases, some sentences that you might have said or you could have said, like a quick and clever response. This is the focus here, right? That doesn't come to you, and this feeling of frustration that you get when you don't say anything. You just, you know, you have to silence and just leave because you have nothing special to say. And then it only comes to you later. Okay. So here, this is what they say. Despite the fact that you may never get to say it, it's the perfect reply, but it comes too late. Okay. And he says here that they don't have a phrase like that in English. So, and then they ask, do we have any other examples like that? Phrases. We do, for example, we
In
have a,
Portuguese?
in Portuguese, no, we have a phrase in
So I
Portuguese
don't know.
that we have a phrase in Portuguese that we don't have in English, and it talks about feelings. For example, when you miss someone, a
Oh,
person,
yes.
yes,
There is
a
no
person,
word saudade. Is saudade in
yes,
English.
there isn't, yes. For example, if you want to say that you miss someone, you only have the verb, but you don't have the
Yes. Like missing something or someone.
the only thing you can say is that you miss someone or something. You only have the verb, but you don't have the noun. So it's weird when you want to express your feeling that, oh, I feel this for you. In Portuguese, we can say that, right? I feel this for you. I really miss you. I wish you were here. But in English, we can only use the verb. So there are some words that describe feeling that we don't have in English, but we have in other languages, just like this one, okay? The spirit of the stairs, that it makes no sense in English, but it makes total sense in French. And the same goes for saudade in Portuguese. Okay. So here we have some other examples. Here, look, uh, we Italians have one abbiocco. Abbiocco means feeling tired after eating a big meal. So we don't have this word in English. There is no equivalent to abbiocco in English. Okay. This in German, I can't pronounce. Schadenfreude. I don't know how to pronounce that, which is the enjoyment you feel when someone fails or has bad luck. Another one. Nice one, friend. Doesn't that make you feel guilty?
Schadenfreude.
Oh my God. Look at this one from Denmark. Heigelig. To describe a comfortable, warm, and satisfied feeling like relaxing and having a cup of tea with your family. This is Heigelig. This is
Freud.
good. Look, yes, look at that. They talk about saudade in Portuguese. Uh-huh. Okay, guys. So it's really hard when you feel that way because we can't express that in English. We can only use a verb. We miss someone, but we don't have the noun. Okay. In Japan, we have the expression mono no aware. It's a bittersweet feeling that beautiful things don't last. So we need to enjoy them while they are alive. We appreciate the beauty of flowers in the spring, for example, even though they last only a short time. So mono no aware. This is, of course, this is not how we write in Japanese. This is only the pronunciation. Mono no aware. It's interesting. So guys, here we have the topic of contrast linking words. So this is interesting because we use these linking words a lot to contrast ideas when we are writing and sometimes when we are speaking. Let's take a look here, guys. Can you read that for us, please, Giovanna?
Where, teacher?
Here, recognizing contrast linking words.
Will help you understand the relationship
Mhm.
between ideas. Contrast words point out difference between the things discussed.
Discussed. Remember, discussed.
Discussed.
T. Uh-huh. Thank you. So
Welcome.
when we use contrast words, they just point out differences between the things discussed. So here are some common contrast words. We have although, though, even though, despite, in spite of, the fact that. Okay. Notice that they can be used at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. Sometimes, depending on the contrast linker, we can use it in the end, like though, okay? Example. Can you read the example, please, Mateus?
Although some words are easy to translate, others are untranslatable.
Thank you. So here you can see that we use although to start the sentence. Look, and when we connect the other clause, we have to separate the clauses with a comma. Look, although some words are easy to translate, comma, right? Then we have the other clause. The next example, please, Paulinha, can you read for us?
It's a feeling of pleasure in spite of pain.
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 Yes,
Pain.
pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yes, pleasure. Pleasure is the same as prazer in Portuguese, okay? Pleasure. Good. So as you can see here, we are using in spite of in the middle of the sentence, and we use in spite of before a noun, okay? We usually say that in spite of something, all right? So it's a feeling of pleasure in spite of pain, okay? Note that even though adds more emphasis on the contrast between the ideas. So let's see, who can read the last one, please? Can you read, Joyce? We appreciate.
Yes. We appreciate the beauty of blossoms in the spring, even though they last only a short time.
Thank you. Great. So here we have even though showing a contrast of ideas, okay? Beauty of blossoms and lasting only a short time. It's a contrast of ideas, right? And here, okay, in the middle of the sentence. Okay, guys. So I posted some things about it for you. Let me see if I can share from Google Classroom. Let me try to open it up for you. Here. Yes. Let me try to open it up from Google Classroom. Okay, guys. Look, here we have a poster talking about contrast linkers. We have although, though, and even though. They can be used interchangeably, and they are followed by a clause, a subject, and a verb. So here we have an example. Although it was raining, we decided to go out anyway. Okay? So after although, there is a clause, then a comma. We bought the car even though it was quite expensive. So after even though, there is another clause, okay? Now, despite and in spite of is different. We use a noun or a pronoun after them. In some cases, we can use a verb in the ing form after them. Okay? Example, despite the pain in his leg, he finished the race. So despite the pain, so after despite, I'm using a noun here. In spite of being bad at tennis, we won the match. Here, I'm using a verb in the ing form or gerund, which in other words is when I change a verb into a noun. Okay, so in spite of being bad at tennis, we won the match. All right, people. So despite and in spite of, they come before a noun, a pronoun, or an ing verb. Although, though, even though, they usually come before clauses, with one exception. Though can be used at the end of a clause to show contrast. Okay? Just though. All right? Okay, so back to our book. Let's try to go back there. Okay, let's see if we can reload the page. Just a moment, people. Let me try to reload the page here. All right, people. I will just go over the first part of this page so we can practice the connectors. All right? Can you see that? Yes? So
Yes.
let's do number 10. Match the contrasting ideas. So let's see. I will try to focus so we can understand better. Here we have numbers and letters, right? So here we have, why do some people laugh? And then here we have the complement. So which complement do you think best completes the first
Even
one?
though they don't understand the joke.
Ah, okay. It makes sense. So number one should be letter C. Why do some people laugh even though they don't understand the joke? All right, people. So now try to do the same with the other ones, numbers and letters, and then we correct. Okay? I'll time you for 1 minute because this is very easy, and then we correct. Let's do it.
Done.
All right, Mateus. Okay, people. Can we correct? Thank you. All right, people. So let's see number two. What do you have? Although we were surprised by the election result,
We accepted.
okay, good. Number three, even though he said he hadn't broken the vase,
I felt Tim was guilty.
all right.
I could see, not I felt, but yeah.
I could see Tim felt guilty. Yeah. Number four, I was satisfied with the hotel.
Despite the fact
despite
that
the fact that there was no food.
Great, great. Number five, despite being in tears just moments earlier,
the baby was smiling, no.
yeah. Number six, I felt anxious at the interview.
Tough. I tried not to show it. Though I try not to show it.
Though,
Though.
okay, though, though I tried not to show it. Number seven, in spite of the long delay,
And the passengers was impatient.
yeah, none of the passengers was impatient.
Simone, why don't we use the word to express the plural? Or
Yeah,
not? But why is in here it's like none of the passengers was?
yes, here it's possible to use both singular or plural.
Because impatient.
Yeah, yeah. Not only because of that, because the adjective is always in the singular. It's not because of the adjective, but it's because of the word none of. This is the point. None of the passengers can be used with a verb in the singular or a verb in the plural.
Okay, got
This
it.
is an exception to the rule, okay? So none of the passengers were impatient or none of the passengers was, okay? This is something that accepts both possibilities,
Thank you,
right?
Simone.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So after doing that, here we have the integrate part. Here they say, read the blog again and complete the chart. This is only something extra for us to get the feeling of the words or the expressions that they present in the blog. Okay, guys. Simply, I will show you that. I don't know if you remember all the expressions. We have here the one, l'esprit d'escalier, the feeling when someone says something, you want to have a quick and clever reply, but can't think of one. Let's see the other ones. I will simply show you that because this is not really relevant for us to know. I mean, only culturally speaking. So if you want, you can take a picture. Avioco, tired after eating a big meal, is Italian. Idyllic, comfortable, warm, and satisfied feeling. The one in French, that feeling when someone says something, you want to have a quick and clever reply, but can't think of one. Mono the one in Portuguese, saudade, and schadenfreude, the enjoyment you feel when someone fails or has bad luck. So weird. How can you enjoy when someone fails? Gosh. Anyway, guys, can I close? Yes, people.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we can close this topic. Okay. We are not going to do numbers 12 and 13. The last one here, only if you want to share something next class. Can you think of a word or phrase to describe a feeling or emotion in your language that has no direct translation to English? Are there words in your language that express the feelings in exercise number 7? So this is something that requires maybe a little bit of research. So if you can't remember, you can try to research and bring something next class if you wish. Okay, people. So don't worry. Next class, we will start by doing this next topic here. Okay, so at least we finished the topic that we were talking about. Today, what did we learn? What did we talk about? As you can see here, we talked about feelings, how to pronounce the final ed of adjectives, and also other words in English that end in ed. We also talked about contrast linking words like although, though, even though, despite, and in spite of, right? And for homework, I'd like you to do online practice, unit 12.2. There is a worksheet here uh, with linkers of contrast. If you can do that, if it's possible for you to do, good, awesome. You can do this one here, okay? Anyway, all the homework posted here is due October 4th. All right, people. So let me take you back to our page. Guys, as we are approaching the end of our course, I'd like to make sure everybody comes next class because the topics from Unit 12 will be present in our evaluation. So I really want to have you here on Wednesday. Okay, we are going to do 12.3 on Wednesday. And next week we finish this unit. Okay, so let me try to take a picture. Now let me see who is here today. Giovana, José, Guilherme, Joyce, Matheus, Paulinha. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for coming. And don't forget to do your homework. Okay. Update online practice. Okay, people. So, thank you so much. Hope to see you again on Wednesday. This is the final part.
Bye,
Few days.
teacher.
Bye bye,
Okay, bye,
Giovanna.
teacher.
Bye
Bye,
bye, guys.
teacher.
Bye bye,
Bye.
João. Bye bye,
Bye bye,
João.
bye,
Bye.
José. Bye, Paulinha. Bye, everyone. Take care. See you. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Paulinha. Thank you. Take care.